The Secretary, David Lammy.
Well, Mr. Speaker, on the 30th of July 2019, in the Royal Courts of Justice, the Lord Chancellor made an oath that no other member of the Cabinet is required to make. He said, "I do swear that in the office of Lord High Chancellor of Great Britain, I will respect the rule of law." Lord Keane, the Advocate General for Scotland, and Jonathan Jones, head of the government's legal department, resigned because the government's Internal Markets Bill does not respect the rule of law. Can I ask the Lord Chancellor whether he thinks Lord Keane and Jonathan Jones got it wrong? And if so, how? If not, can I ask him how he can turn up in this House with a straight face after voting to betray his oath and break the law?
Absolutely.
Secretary Buckland.
Mr. Speaker, that is a very serious allegation to make. I took that oath in English and Welsh. I took it twice, and I believe in it in both languages, indeed any language. And I'm sorry that he takes that view. As he has just heard from the Honourable Gentleman, the member for Bromley, I have done everything I possibly can, consistent with that oath, to make sure that this government acts in a way that is consistent with the rule of law. That is what is happening. This House is directly involved quite properly in these deliberations, these serious deliberations. Amendments are being made to this bill as we speak, and the contingency in which these exceptional provisions are to be used has been clearly set out. These are unprecedented times. We do not want to see a breach in any obligations either by us or by the EU. But it would be irresponsible if we did not make those necessary preparations. That is why I am here, and that is why I will continue to be here as long as I feel able to discharge my oath. And I can tell him that I feel very able to discharge my oath thus far.
Shadow Secretary David Lammy.
Mr. Speaker, it's not me that takes that view. Every living Prime Minister takes that view. The Bar Council and the Law Society take that view. He previously said the government can indeed break the law if it can be fudged. But there's no fudging this. Not only does the bill breach the international law, it's also a flagrant attack on the rule of law at domestic level, and he knows it. As the Bingham Centre states, clauses 42, 43 and 45 authorise a breach of any relevant international or domestic law, including any order, judgment or decision of any international court or domestic. So I say to the Lord Chancellor, he's an esteemed barrister. He swears to a code of conduct. Does he not now risk bringing the profession into disrepute by breaching that code of conduct, which states you must not behave in a way which is likely to diminish the trust and confidence which the public places in you and in our profession?
Secretary Buckland.
Well, I really find it extraordinary that the Right Honourable Gentleman brings in the code of conduct to these matters. I, like him, are acting as a Member of Parliament. I am acting as a Minister in the Government. I'm not a law officer, I'm the Lord Chancellor. The law officers of this country are the Attorney General, the Solicitor General, the Attorney General for Scotland. I do not give legal advice to the Government. I am not a law officer. However, I take my oath, as does, in fact, every member of the government is obliged to follow the rule of law. It's very clear. I take a particular oath to uphold that and to defend the judiciary. I, as I've explained, have absolutely no qualms with what has been happening. I have worked extremely hard to make sure that this House is fully involved. And I say this to him. The idea that the passage of this bill is a breach of UK domestic law is just plain wrong. And to misquote me as well is unhelpful, misleading and damaging, frankly.
Now come to the SNP.